And of course, welcome back. Welcome back. This is Sporty Monday, of course, the most comprehensive sports show in the land. And we'd asked you about the Stars. What must they change ahead of a rematch with Cameroon this evening? Let's sample some of your feedback. On Facebook, Kush, you are saying Harambee Stars should change on the goalkeeper because he wasn't attentive at the game, and change on the midfield area. That is Kush. There's also David TNT. You say drop Matasi and Nondi, start Joseph Okumu in central defense. That's Davy AT&T.
Kalu Da Coastal Kid says play the right players in the right positions. I totally agree.
Yeah, do we have any more?
We have KV Tieska anasema retain the squad they played against Namibia.
Okay.
We have Brian Wenyama Jackman. Engin Farrett should avoid Patrick Matasi in the goalpost at all costs. Brian Omondi is better for that position. Then also include Joseph Okumu in the first 11.
Okay. Do you have more? That's the last? Of course, that's Brian Wanyama Jackman. Those are your feedback. Keep them coming. We will sample some of them at the tail end of the program. And of course, still matters football. The Rising Stars are in Tanzania for the AFCON Under-20 Sekafa qualifiers, and they've been doing quite well. They hit 4. Take a look at how those goals were scored.
Imewekwa kwenye njia na bado ni mali ya Kenya, wako ndani ya box. Okoti, lakini shuti lake bado inakaa kwenye kamba ile. Hassan Kisao anawatanguliza Kenya. Ilikuwa ni kama mali ambayo anaisahau hivi. Lawrence Okoti akatoa pasi ambayo beki wanasetiana mipango ile. Kenya ndani ya box, anafanikiwa kupata mpira ule, anaweka kwenye kamba. Kelvin Wangaya, kama zimeondoka dakika 10, tumefungwa mabao mawili, itakuwaje zikiondoka 45? Team captain Kelvin amesita. Wangaya, bao lake la pili katika mchezo, na ni bao la 3 kwa Kenya. Wamejipatia mashabiki na shauri jaribu kuzipunguza zile. Lawrence Okoti hatimaye anaandika bao ambalo amelitafuta kwa muda mrefu, linakuwa ni bao la 4. Tatizo lianzia hapa. Kelvin Wangaya katika ubora wake, mfungaji wa mabao mawili, anapika bao la 4 katika.
That's our Rising Stars hitting 4 past helpless Djibouti. Steve, are the boys going to AFCON?
I think this is the squad that will play AFCON 2027
here
and,
at home.
At home. Basically, you saw what they did in was it in South Africa? No, yes, in South Africa. Yeah, they did well. They are doing a good job. Look at the these players have gelled. I covered them in school games last year at Kakamega Buhungu Stadium. And you saw all those boys, Aldrin Kibet, Amos Wanjala, Madada for Shandarema boys, Tyrone Karaoke, all of them. So they know each other. It's like the Spanish team as composed right now. So as Firat struggles with a team that he doesn't understand so well, I think there is a team here that is cooking very well. And they play South Sudan. If they win, they top the group, and I think they proceed into the next the semis. So I think let us invest in this talent. Look at the starlets under 18, under 17, what they are doing. So I again say it's unfortunate again that it's happening at the tail end of Nick Mwendo's term, administration.
Yes.
So many good things coming your way when you are exiting.
Actually, it's the same team that played under 18 here in Kakamega.
Yes.
When they were beaten in the finals by Uganda.
By Uganda.
So it's just the same team doing the good work. Now they're playing in under 20, of course, under 23.
They played in Kosafa.
Yes.
Yes.
And their captain Amos doing amazing work at the defense.
Basically, Zita, this is what Big Mark was talking about. In Kenya, we don't give these youngsters a chance. Adrian Kibet, you're talking of.
Yes.
He can't be called to the national senior side.
Look at Lamine Yamal.
Just 16 and took the Euros by storm.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
We had even this tournament maybe last year, like in the last four years. But again, after all these tournaments, when they come up to the senior stage, let's say they are past 22, 23, 24, hatuonangi hata hao vijana wanaenda up. I think even the teams in Kenya, they need even to invest in these small teams. Take the small teams, keep them even in we have your academy teams, and then we have the senior teams. Take them there so that you can even train them on how even transit to what? To the senior teams. And then something else that we are playing against Cameroon. Actually, the Sekafa, the Sekafa tournament qualifiers the AFCON 20 and under 20. So as we are playing against Cameroon, Sudan, it's a must win for us as a under 20 Kenyan team.
We will win.
Brenda,
we will win.
Do you see bright prospects in this team, and how do you pick the star players there and walk the journey with them to the top level?
I think, just as both Zita and Chitara have mentioned, it is good that we have seen what proper scouting and keeping the team together can do. Because if we are able, we just need to make sure that this team consistently plays together, and it is the team that shows up. So that when we come to the senior team, we find a way of blending them with the current existing players, so that by the time the Olungas are exiting, we do not have a vacuum.
A struggle,
because the issue has always been, oh, we cannot call you to the big stage because you do not have experience. But if you start bringing them in earlier, when the rest are still there, then you're giving chance. And back to Firat, what you can see the difference between a coach who knows what he's doing or a coach who's settled tactically between Babu and Firat, because when Kenya played, when the same team played Rwanda, they were not able to get a goal, and it ended in a draw. But you see, coming back against Djibouti, he made tactical changes. He knew that, okay, for the Rwanda game, I may have brought in Aldrin Kibet and Lawrence Okoth too late in the game, so that when he is coming back to the Djibouti game, he just needed to make the two changes. Took off Louis Ngavi and took off Keliodada, and by the time he brought them in, we saw the difference. I mean, it is not by fluke that we are now having the top scorer of this tournament, that we are talking of we only need this one win to confirm. Yet on the other side now we have been reduced to a calculator hoping that Namibia beats whoever. I mean, we are burdening God.
Okay.
Just to add something, Swida.
Real quick.
He has talked about Indian Firat. We have a Chan that is coming very
next year.
That is next year. Actually, they're starting their tournament in November.
The qualifiers.
And it's the local players who are playing this. I hope Indian Firat will be the leader in charge of the team, because he needs to understand the local players on what they are doing and what they can bring on the table. Because most of the team, you can see even most of Arambe starting 11, mostly we have almost like 5 players, Gormaya, I think 3 or something. So he need and Tusker 1, and again, so he needs to come and understand the local players mostly on what they're doing.
Absolutely. Emmanuel, basically you are entire life you've been in Britain, probably bring that perspective, talent identification and talent nurturing in Britain vis-a-vis in Kenya, where if I succeed, pure hard work, drive, and maybe an accident.
Yeah, the difference is night and day between European countries, particularly in football, and their talent development. From a very young age, these talents are assessed. People are coming into schools and things like that, where they're really trying to nurture that talent. And obviously you get to meet a lot of these players as well that come and give advice and things like that. But also in Europe, sports is something you can prosper off. much more than you can in Kenya. So more families and more young children can see it as something that they can really take far in their careers and something that can really benefit them in the long term. So as Big Mac was saying earlier, player salaries they're just not good enough really in this country for many people and many children and many parents to want their kids to even spend so much time and investment into this into sports in general. So those kind of foundational things need to change first, and then of course the conveyor belt, as you were saying, to bring these kids through and get more playing time at such a big stage. Like we're saying, we don't see these young talents in the national team that much. That is essential for their development to be able to get to the top level and even play abroad as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now, this past week,